Hiya, I hope you are all having a good week and that you're having a good day today. I'm just here today with a video on my kind of lockdown essentials, so basically just the things that have become kind of essential to me during this lockdown period and during these kind of difficult and uncertain times. But I thought I would share all of the things that I've been finding really helpful and essential to me at the moment in the hope that it might help some of you too. So I hope you enjoy the video and thank you very much for watching. So my first personal essential would definitely be board games. So I love just spending time in the evening playing board games. I think it's a really good way to kind of divide your working during the day and then being able to take a really nice break in the evening and do something a little bit more fun. So that's definitely something I've been enjoying at the moment, particularly Monopoly. I am constantly trying to get people around me to play Monopoly with me. So that has been a lot of fun and definitely probably one of my biggest essentials. Another thing that I've been finding absolutely essential at the moment is an app called the Forest app, and it's basically for concentration and focusing on your work or whatever it is you need to get done. And basically you plant trees for a certain amount of time, so I normally do it for about 45 minutes at a time, and the tree then dies if you come off the app or if you use your phone at all. So it's basically a way of getting good work done without looking at your phone during that time. And for me personally, I find myself always going on my phone when I'm working, so even if I'm kind of sat there for 6 hours, I might have only done like 3 or 4 hours of actual proper work. So I think it kind of prevents that and means you can actually see how long you were focused for. So at the end of the day you can kind of look and it will give you the amount of minutes that you've stayed focused for, and you know that that is the amount of time you've actually spent doing kind of hard, proper focused work sort of thing. But alternatively you could kind of just try and give your phone away to anyone that you might be living with, and get them to keep it for that sort of amount of time and then kind of take breaks in between. But I definitely recommend doing something along those lines because it definitely has helped me get my work done a lot quicker and helped me to stay significantly more focused. Another kind of lockdown essential for me has been reading, although I think this will kind of become a bigger thing to me once I've finished all my exams and assignments, because at the moment I don't have as much time to read as I would like, but I've definitely been trying to pick up a book and read when I can. So I recently read a book called Believe Me, which has been called kind of a psychological thriller, and I thought that was really, really good and really gripping. And then I have also just started this book called My Sister the Serial Killer, and this one has got really good reviews, so I'm quite excited to get into it and see what that's about. But I think in general my favourite ever book is The Beekeeper of Aleppo. For me nothing has even come close to being as good as that is, so if you're looking for something to read at the moment I would 1,000,000% recommend that. Another thing that has probably become a bit of an essential to us all has been TV and films. I've definitely been watching a lot of them, particularly TV. I've been binge watching a lot, so I love the BBC's crime dramas. So I watched The Nest that was on recently, I went back and watched The Cry, which was on the BBC a couple of years ago, and I've also been watching Argylle, Killing Eve, also been watching Normal People on the BBC as well. So basically I love things that are on the BBC, but I would definitely recommend going and watching them if you need something to do. Also obviously been watching an awful lot on Netflix at the moment, so I've been watching, what did I watch? I watched Too Hot to Handle, which was absolute trash but really entertaining. I also watched Love is Blind of course, and Tiger King, and just loads of things that everyone's talking about at the moment basically, and I'm just finishing off Tiger King at the moment. But I've been watching a lot of TV, so I think I will just write below in the description kind of my favourite things that I've been watching TV and film wise, so that if you need any ideas you can just have a look at that. Another thing that has been absolutely essential for me has been self-care and skincare sort of things. So I've been just taking time all the time. Basically I've been pampering myself like constantly just to try and make myself feel a little bit better. So I've been doing kind of constant face masks. I love the Lush Cup of Coffee one. I've been buying sheet masks and bits like that, just to make myself feel a little bit better, a little bit fresher, and I always feel like I'm more productive and do better work when I feel like that. So for me, kind of taking time over skincare and self-care sort of things has been an essential, and I think now is probably like the time to do it. I think you wouldn't normally have well, you wouldn't always have the time normally to take time out of your day to kind of pamper yourself and look after yourself. So I think kind of concentrating on things like that now are really good, and hopefully it's the sort of habit that I can bring out of lockdown with me as well. Another thing that has been absolutely essential to me at the moment has been my kind of home workout stuff. So just basically trying to keep fit and healthy at home. So I picked up a mat and just a couple of weights to try and stay active at the moment and just keep myself feeling well within myself, basically. Another thing that has definitely been essential to me at the moment has basically just been comfy clothes. So every morning I try and make sure I'm not kind of just going around the house in my pyjamas and stuff. So just getting up, getting changed in something that makes me feel a little bit more productive, although I don't think getting changed into tracky bottoms really makes that much of a difference to being in pyjamas, but in my head it does. Another thing that has been essential has been just making the most of things like FaceTime and House Party and Zoom, just to make sure I'm keeping in contact with everyone and just having nice kind of evenings doing quizzes or just having a general catch up. And I think this has just been a really good way of keeping in contact with everyone when I can't actually go and physically see them. So my next essential, and a little bit of a disclaimer on this one because I'm really against this whole kind of idea that you need to be really productive during this period and that you should be doing amazing new projects and reinventing yourself and stuff, because this is not a normal time, so things should not be normal for you, and it's okay to not feel normal at the moment, and you shouldn't feel like you have to achieve all of these amazing things when we're literally going through a pandemic. So I don't think you should ever put any pressure on yourself to be doing these amazing things when you've already got so much on your plate. But for me, one thing I have been trying to do is start a few new kind of projects. So for me, doing these video diaries and my blogs has been a really good thing to do on the side, and I've decided once I've finished doing my exams and assignments, well, I don't have exams anymore, but my assignments and my dissertation and things, that I'm going to try and do things like the online TEFL course, so that's teaching English as a foreign language, because basically I was planning on travelling this summer onwards, and I obviously don't know when I'm going to be able to do that now, but gaining things like my TEFL qualification could save me some time in the future and will also open up some doors for me then. So it's a nice way of doing something that's kind of still a little bit exciting and related to all the travelling and things that I want to do, but something that I can do from just being at home, which I think is really good. And finally, of course, I have to include my one walk a day as one of my essentials. So basically just getting out, making sure I'm making the most of being able to get a little bit of fresh air has been really important to me, and I've just been trying to make the absolute most of that. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you are having a really good week and that everyone you know is staying inside and staying healthy. But thank you for watching. Bye.